I thought I put it in here. Did I put it in here? Babe, do you know what I did with it?
No, sweetie, I don't know what you did with it.
I guess I'll keep looking.
Okay.
I put it in here, maybe? Trick pouches. Prey dummy. I don't think it's in here. Could have sworn I left it right here. Here? No? Okay. What'd I do with it? Well, I don't know. Gotta be around here somewhere, right? Right? Is this it? Hey, it is. Hey guys, I found it. You're a little dusty. But I think it still works. I mean, spark's still there. I think. Maybe I found it again. It's not easy finding where you put your inspiration. You know, it should come as no surprise that I probably have like seasonal affective disorder, because if you're in Florida right now, or anywhere really in the Southeast, have you been outside? Like, who is this madman who's like, oh, summer's great, I can't wait for summer? What? Why? Why can you not wait for summer? It's miserable. Maybe that's part of it. You know, losing Flynn and Phillip probably had absolutely nothing to do with it. Probably. And there was that whole point last year where I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to quit. I'm going to walk away entirely. But here I am. Shocker, I know. What else would I do? Right? Like, what else am I good at? This is the only thing I'm good at. And even then, sometimes I wonder, am I even really good at it? Because I'm barely making any money. And you know, I'm barely staying afloat. Not, yeah, part of this is like weather. Like, part of it is like, I've got a lot of clients right now where we need to be like doing some outside work. So we have to like limit when we can do it. And then over half the time it's raining. And then I get some cases lately where it's just like, you know, it's not that it's impossible. It's just, it's really hard. Like, it's really hard to fix what's going on. Not to mention I've had this like super lovely cough that makes me sound like I'm a TB patient, but whatever. Maybe I'm just going crazy. That's crossed my mind more than once. Maybe this is some form of insanity. I mean, I'm here by myself a lot. It's not like I'm not working. I am working, but like, part of it is like I just don't have that inspiration that I used to have. And I think I know why part of it is. And I blame no one but myself, by the way. This is, if you're a client and you're watching this is not about you. She were on the other foot, I would think it would be about me, but that's my own like ADHD insecurities raising their ugly head. But no, it's not about any particular client. It's about this idea that I am really trying to help folks, and I know that the folks I'm helping, by and large, really want the help. I mean, I get those people occasionally, and I don't end up working with them for very long because I think at the end of the day, if you want to change your dog's behavior, you have to kind of prioritize this, and not everybody does, and that's fine. If you're living you can live a perfectly healthy, normal life with a reactive dog, you know. Part of it, though, is that, like, I feel kind of insincere, and what I mean by that is I kind of have to... Because we all do this, to a degree. We all have to kind of, like, put on... Yeah, I don't want to say a mask, because the mask is kind of cliched. But we all have to kind of, like, play a character, right? You know, so, like, Ben the person is pretty close to Ben the dog trainer. Ben the dog trainer is a little bit more of, like, an NPC character. Like, you pay me to, like, you know, boost your animal handling score, whatever. But my dialogue options are fairly limited, and that's normal, right? But it's just like, it feels sometimes a little insincere. And again, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. What I'm talking about is, like, in general, I kind of have to put on this personality sometimes that isn't always me. And I think that's part of the struggle of being a dog trainer, because no one can be just bluntly, completely, totally, brutally honest all the time, as much as we want to be, because that's rude, right? But I think, like, that's part of it, is that I look at some situations and I will say it in as nice and polite and professional of a way as possible, and it still doesn't track with some people what I'm trying to get across. And I'm not trying to... Again, this is just where we're at, kind of culturally, is we all have to walk these very fine lines of, like, I don't want to offend anybody, I don't want to say anything offensive, I don't want to hurt your feelings because you're already kind of upset because you're dealing with issues with your dogs. I definitely don't want to hurt your feelings. But what needs to be said is X, and I can't say that all the time. You know. I haven't been making a lot of content. It's not that I've had some time. Time's not really the issue. It's not like I'm not doing anything with the dogs. It's just, most of what I'm doing is very impromptu. I'm not really in the right mindset. My voice isn't, like, I have issues for a long time. And if this video looks kind of choppy, it's because, like, I'm having to pause and cough, which is a lot of fun. But anyways, I'm going to start making some new content. And when I say new content, yeah, I mean, it's going to be some dog training videos. That's true. But I think that I need to... I need to be a little bit more true to myself. And so I'm going to start making some more content. This is likely going to come in the form of, like, a live show. Once I figure out exactly how I want to do it, we'll do it that way. But it's going to be... Unfiltered is a good word. It's going to be more unfiltered. And if you're interested, well, stay tuned. Got some stuff coming down the pipe. You might get a kick out of it. It'll be therapeutic on my part. Oh, and there's a couple months off, but I got a surprise coming up on my birthday. Maybe you guys will enjoy it. Maybe you won't. But we'll see. But that's not going to be until January. And we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Well, thanks for your patience. Thanks for sticking it out. And if you're watching, like, comment, subscribe. It's the best thing you can do for me. Tell your friends. I work with everybody, anywhere. Online classes are available, even if you're not in the Pensacola area. I'll see you soon.